Well, hey y'all, welcome to another installment of Cooking with Friends. And today I'm going to make a delicious and sweet treat, a little tropical. You'll notice I love, when I drag this out, I'm doing something tropical. This is a coconut poke cake by my best gal pal, Kathy's Southern Kitchen. And if y'all are not following her, what you doing with your life? Go follow her, and she has some yummy stuff. So I'm going to make this. She uses a white cake mix, and right off I have gone off the rails, but the nice people at Pillsbury sent me this yellow cake mix, which happens to be gluten-free, but you regular people that can eat anything, just get a regular box cake mix. Put that right in our pan, dish rather. Now Kathy uses this coconut cream Jello, and it's the small package. It's 3.4 ounces, and she says this is optional, but it does pump up the flavor a whole bunch. So we're going to take her word for it. Now I just have 1 cup of milk, and you can follow the directions on the back of your box, but it called for water. I'm using milk. So in that goes. And it also calls for a 1/2 cup of oil, but when I'm doing cakes, I substitute oil for applesauce, not the cinnamon type, but just regular plain old applesauce. And that cuts down on some of the oil and the calories and the whatnot. So there we go. And then we have 3 eggs. Now all of this is room temperature. And I'm going to break these eggs in another dish because we want to keep shells and anything out. Just untoward. Absolutely. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And I know y'all wonder why I always do that, but honest to Pete, I cracked an egg about a year ago, and that sucker was brown, and it stunk like Lucifer had walked into the house. Ugh, it was terrible. So I'm always going to do it this way. That is it. Now the box says to mix it for almost 3 minutes, but Kathy says to mix it just until it is combined. And so that's what we are going to do. And I'm going to stop this for just a little bit, and I'm going to wipe down these sides and tell you that I have the oven preheated to 325, and that is the degrees that Kathy recommends. So that's what we're going to do. Get way down in there on the bottom and get all that stuff off. There we go. Now you can bake this in a 9 by, we're going to put the coconut on the top. You can bake this in a 9 by 13 dish, but a lot of times what I'm doing, if I'm doing a cake or something that's a 9 by 13 or 13 by 9, depending on, I was about to be funny there, but I don't have a funny in me today, I don't think. But I'll do it in 2 different pans, whether it's round or square pans. That way it doesn't take up as much room in the icebox, and you can also share this with one of your buddies, and they will be glad to see you coming down their road. So I'm just going to split this between these 2. And if you want to be precise and get the measuring cup out, but I've already got every dish in the house dirty just about, so we're not going to do that. Out, we don't want to waste any. Now this is very thick, so I'm wondering how it is going to work. Now I know that Pillsbury is a wonderful company, and if Pillsbury puts their name on something, I bet you dollars and donuts it is really good. But this is going to be an accurate opinion of what I think. Now I did butter these really well, and so that'll help it not to stick. That's kind of thin. Let's see what we can do with this one. Alrighty, y'all, we are done. That is all she wrote there. So let's put these in the oven, and we're going to bake them until the center comes out clean with a knife poker thing to do, and then we'll get back together and we'll see what we think. Let's see, they say in a round square, okay, 34 to 38 minutes, but we'll see what it really does. So I'll see y'all back when this comes out. These cakes came out of the oven in about 25 minutes, and they were done when I stuck my knife in. But I'm going to get, and they rose pretty good. I'm pretty gonna get to a little bitty bite. Don't tell nobody. They'll never know. Ooh, that's hot. I wanna see what it tastes like before I put the stuff in it that's gonna make it yummy. That is very good. It's tender. It tastes and feels like a cake should. So, that one bite was plenty. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what Kathy said that you put in this poke cake. And this is going to be such a surprise. And when I saw her do it, I thought, girl, I don't, but it worked. She said you take 2 cups of warm water and 1 cup of sugar. And she also said you can use Splenda or any sugar substitute you want to if you don't want to use just regular granulated sugar. And she had a friend in high school, and her mother always made this cake. And when she gave it the recipe to Kathy was shocked that it didn't have, a lot of times it has some kind of a sweet condensed milk poured over it or some kind of other stuff poured over it. But this had sugar water. And we know how much hummingbirds love sugar water, so maybe I can get a whole lot of work done today if I eat a piece of this cake. So I'm just going to let this dissolve a little bit, and I'm going to show you, I have a lot of new followers, and I'm going to show you what I do when I'm cooling stuff that comes out of the oven. I take coffee cups, and I set it on top, and that gets the air underneath. And I know you can buy racks to do this, but this is what my mama did. It was good enough for Jair's, it's good enough for me. So I'm just going to take the end of my wooden spoon, and I'm just going to poke some holes. And you don't want to put them too close together, but you don't want to put them too far apart. It's just kind of like Goldilocks. It needs to be just right. But perfection is, how's that go, y'all? Perfection is the enemy of good. That's not right. Anyway, y'all know what I'm talking about. So let's just get these holes poked in here. There we go. See how our sugar water is doing. Okay. I'm going to let this continue to dissolve just in a minute. It'll be done and we can pour it on there. Alright, I think that is dissolved to plenty. So we're going to pour a cup on one and a cup on the other one. Very slowly, she says. You want to get it all down in those holes too. I love poke cakes, and I was so excited whenever Pillsbury sent me this gluten-free cake. Now in my cookbook, see how we're doing. Okay. In my cookbook, I do have a gluten-free yellow and a gluten-free chocolate, and they're very good. But sometimes you just don't have time to do a homemade everything. Sometimes you just need something that is fast and easy. And easy to put together. Y'all, this is going to be so moist. It's going to be delicious. All right, let's see. Pour the rest of it on here. Now, when you're looking through a cookbook or you see something online and you think, that is not going to work. There's no way that's going to work. I'm not even going to make it. Give it a whirl, y'all. You never know. It might just turn out to be the most elaborate and wonderful thing you ever had in your life. Okay. I'm going to let these cool a little bit here, and then I'm going to put them in the ice box and let them cool completely, because then we're going to put something on top, and then we're going to put some coconut on top, and then we're going to get us a bite. So, see y'all back when this is ready to do the next thing. Well, these were in the ice box for a couple hours, and they are cool all the way through. And Kathy says you use 1 tub, which is an 8 ounce, about 8 ounce, yes, 1 8-ounce tub of Cool Whip. And if you like the store brand, use that. But I'm just going to put half of it on one and half of it on the other, because you know most poke cakes call for some kind of Cool Whip on top, don't they? Absolutely. And I love, I dropped that. I love to keep a cold cake in the icebox in the summertime, because when they come in from the farm and they're hot and sweaty and they're all kinds of miserable. A good cold piece of cake out of the refrigerator just sure makes them happy. So I'm just going to get this all scooted around here. Alrighty, I'm gonna cover up this hole that I cut in it a while ago. Y'all remember the Cosby Show whenever he got trouble with Claire whenever he ate the middle out of the cake and stuffed it full of paper towels? Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. It was back when TV was funny, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Those days are gone. I'm sad to say. But anyway, kind of chased a little bit of a rabbit right there, didn't I? All right, there we go. Now, Kathy says, clean hands, y'all. Kathy says, okay, now I gotta go get a rag. No good deed goes unpunished. I'll be right back. Y'all stay right there. Okay, Kathy said to use frozen coconut. Well, whenever I did my weekly grocery shopping, I went to 2 different grocery stores, big grocery stores. Not gonna say the name brands, but big grocery stores. There was no frozen. So, we're gonna use this out of the baking aisle. It's gonna be just fine. And I'll put Kathy's recipe on here, and then you can follow exactly what she says. But you know, whenever we're cooking in the kitchen, y'all, we just get in there and rattle them pots and pans, as Elvis said, and get her done. And sometimes you don't have what in your area, what other people have in their area. And that's just okay. We can always make do. We ain't started death yet, have we? Absolutely not. And if you wanted to toast this coconut, you know, if you were taking it to a potluck and you wanted to make it look extra pretty, if you really want to put it on the dog, you can toast this coconut and put it on top. But that's going to be plenty for me right there. Now, I'll be right back. Okay, now let's get us a little piece. I'm really excited to bite into this because I was so intrigued that it was sugar water and not sweetened condensed milk. Because, you know, that's really going to save some calories too, isn't it? And then what we're supposed to be doing in January instead of eating cake. Oh my gosh. Let me get a real bite. That was just the remnants around the edge. Mercy me. Y'all, Kathy was right. She had said, you know, sometimes you're eating a poke cake that's had sweetened condensed milk poured on top. Feels real heavy. This is light as a cloud. It absolutely is. And this cake mix, it's a Pillsbury. And Kathy used white, but they sent me a yellow, and so I used that. And mercy me, y'all, this is so good. My husband's gonna be one happy man. Okay, y'all, go follow my friend Kathy, Kathy's Southern Kitchen. She's on Facebook and YouTube. And also, I keep forgetting to tell y'all, I have a YouTube channel. It is free to watch, just like it's free on Facebook. It's also free on YouTube. And there's a lot of people that are, when I'm out and about, I'll tell them I do this gluten-free thing, and they'll say, oh, are you on YouTube? I say, well, no, I'm on Facebook. And they say, well, I don't do Facebook, but I do YouTube. So, if you have people in your life that need a little bit of gluten-free, add a girl and an add a boy, send them over to my YouTube page. It's the same thing, Kimmy's Southern Cooking. I'm that everywhere, Instagram and on the TikTok too. So, all right. This is a keeper. Winter cake dinner. That's not, anyway, y'all check out Kathy, my bestest gal pal, and you'll love her as much as I do. I'll see you next time. Bye, y'all. Go do something fun.